Hello everybody, Alexander here. We're picking up right where we left off. And this guy talking about the weird door, we're gonna find out what that's about in just a second. I actually did want to touch on something that I realized that I forgot to mention the last time we were playing. And I had said that this particular passive is very, very good, but I had failed to explain why to those of you who may not have played Pokemon before, or may not just be familiar with how this passive works, or maybe how type advantage and disadvantage works. And as promised, I will try to give as effective of an explanation as I can to the things that I think are strong. So Scrappy is a powerful passive because it allows the typings of normal and fighting to hit ghost-type Pokemon, which would otherwise be outright immune to these move typings. Ghost-type Pokemon can be kind of tricky opponents if you don't know how to approach them. I have seen it happen many a time, where somebody just didn't know how the typing worked, and let's say their strongest Pokemon happened to be like a Blaziken or something, which is a fire fighting Pokemon. And they went to go use like a fighting move round one, and it was ineffective, and then it caused the Blaziken to just outright faint because it is what is classified as a glass cannon Pokemon. They are called this because they deal high damage, but they just die if they get hit by anything serious, right? So yeah, that passive, being on a flying fighting Pokemon is quite good. Just figured I would touch on that really quickly, just so that those of you who may not know why that's as potent as it is the way it is. Because I do seek to maybe educate people just a tiny bit on things. Before we fight this man, I do want to make sure my entire party, for the most part, is, like, ready to rumble, just in case, because everybody is a kind of low level. And I'm not doing a serious playthrough of any kind. If I've got the items, I'm gonna use them. If I need to know something that might be a pain in the butt to figure out, I'm probably gonna look it up to save time, things like that. Alright, let's figure out what this door is about. What's going on, buddy? What you got going for me? I can't stop wondering what's behind that weird door or lid or cover or whatever it was. What in the hell are you talking about? Maybe a battle will take my mind off it, or maybe a battle will make you give me more concise answers. Don't care which one, but let's get to, like, the point of this. You are challenged by Axel the Student? Weirdly metal name for such a plain-looking dude. But alright, man. Let's go. What you got? He has... I saw it in the beginning cutscene. What is it? A Squawkabilly? Why are these Pokemon named such perfect meme names? I love them. Is that a Ghastly? It is. See? Ghost Pokemon. Ember. Squawkabilly use Quick Attack. So Quick Attack, as its name implies, is a priority move. There are very few occasions where a priority move will not get priority. It's very important that you learn the ins and outs of that if you're planning on doing any kind of competitive play. Right, like in casual play, it's less important. Like, you're very rarely going to run into the intricacies of what is and is not priority, and it does stack a little bit weird. So I just encourage you to look it up on your free time, and if people want me to cover that type of stuff in a separate video, I can. Just what could be behind that? Whoa, wait, I lost? Yeah, maybe pay attention to the battle rather than trying to figure out the mysteries of the door. Okay, one thing at a time, bro. Alright, what do you got to say to me? In a rock face past here, there's a door or lid or something that's chained shut. There was a faint light coming through it. I wonder what could be in there. I don't know, but it sounds metal as hell, and I want to see it. So, we're gonna go check it out. That's what's happening here. I tend to watch back my videos, either right after I record them, or after I record 2 or 3 of them back to back, to try to pick up on things that I could be doing better, to improve upon things that maybe I'm dissatisfied with, to adjust in-game audio, mic audio, anything. And let's see here. Let's touch it. Faint writing is carved into the shrine. Herein lie sealed the ruinous tablets. That sounds freaking amazing. I want them. How do I get them? I want them. Alright, see, it's funny that I say the whole I will look things up thing, and then I find something that is definitely getting looked up at some point in time. Because I'm not about to waste a bunch of time, like, trying to figure that out. And the ruinous tablets sound strong. And since you guys are still getting to know me, I value strong. Rare candy. Hapenny. See, I would catch you, but I would need an oval stone and a soothe bell. For those of you who don't know... oh, Psybeam. That's cool. Anyway. For those of you who don't know, this is Hapenny. It evolves through high friendship while holding an item called an oval stone. And it then evolves at high friendship from Chansey into Blissey. You know, just with high friendship. So you can basically just evolve them back to back. The two items I mentioned were a oval stone and a soothe bell. The oval stone its only use is to evolve Hapenny as far as I know. And the soothe bell is one of the most important items for me in the game, because a lot of my favorite evolutionary lines in the game also happen to be friendship lines. And what the Soothe Bell does is it causes your Pokemon to gain increased, like, rates of friendship from anything that would cause it to gain friendship, from what I understand. In older games, if I remember correctly, it was just like, it gained double friendship per step taken. But I'm fairly certain that that has since been updated to affect any and all sources of friendship. And if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. I am always open to being corrected. My only request is that you do so politely. Oh, cool, an item. Nice. What do we get? Oh, a Great Ball? Hell yeah. That's super useful. What are you? You're adorable, but strange. A Gimme Ghoul coin. See, I remember that there's a lot of them, but I do not remember what they're for. If nothing else, I'll look it up, and if it's something I want, we'll go on a goddamn adventure to get it, won't we? Because we are in this every step of the way for all of the craziness and chaotic fun that comes with it. Oh man, this is really... I like how, expansive it is, like for an open area, right? Pretty cool. We were just up there. We were already over at the ruins. We can't get what's in the water. Alright, it's time to rebound back and get back on the path to the town and then the school, you know? However, there is nothing wrong with exploring on an adventure. That's the whole point of the adventure. Oh man, this is just... ah, God, it's just such a beautiful landscape. Something I will advise to pretty much anybody playing these games is really do just take your time, you know what I mean? Look around. Experience everything for what it is. Don't rush through these games. Don't rush through any RPG. And just really, like, take your time with the game, because often exploration is heavily rewarded. Now, I like RPGs a lot, and I will likely be covering a lot of them on the channel overall, but I am starting with the Pokemon franchise because these are just... they are some of my favorite RPGs ever made. I don't know if they are my favorite, but they're up there. They hold a really high spot. And, the complaints that I have with these games are few and far between, and most of them are just semantical bullshit. Like, it's just a bunch of, like, minute things. Things that, if they were changed, quality of life stuff, you know what I mean? It is nothing serious. And I have an overwhelmingly positive opinion of these games, because I think they're good. And, the one thing that I think that they teach is that Not all conflict is bad conflict. Got my Pokemon all healed up. Is that right, kiddo? What do you got going on? If you can beat me, I'll tell you a cool secret. Why do I feel like it's not gonna be that cool? But, here we go. You are challenged by Zahira, the student. Okay. The name is cool, but I have questions. Like, is there an age limit on the enrollment in this school, or are you just, like, small for a 10-year-old? Like, what's going on here? Zahira, the student, sent out Lechonk. Pudge Pig. Alright, Chompy. You're in some rough shape, so we're gonna tag in Flamigo. Our salsa dancing bird of destruction. Get in there, buddy. I mean, I guess technically that's Oricorio, and for those of you who don't know, that is a Pokemon from the Sun and Moon games, where it was this, like, really cool island bird Pokemon that I really liked. Alright, double kick. Now, I know that I did that a little fast, but you're gonna notice that when you open the move menus, I'll try to go a little bit slower in combat, because I wasn't thinking about it until just now. But if you have fought against a specific Pokemon before, it will show you, like, in your move listing, like, what will be not very effective, not effective at all, and super effective, which means you're gonna do double damage, okay? Aw, I lost. Even my Pokemon had full HP. Alright, what's the secret, man? Here's the secret. Pokemon Centers will heal all your Pokemon for free. What do you mean you already knew that? Oh god. Alright, so we're gonna cover why that's not a secret here in a second. Choodle, you have interrupted me interacting with my fans, and there will be dire consequences for having done so. You are about to meet my Flamingo of Destruction. Get him, Flamigo. Teach him some manners. I already have one of you, and Steve is superior. Double Kick is also a fighting move that will always hit twice. And it's useful against, not only normal Pokemon, but also rock Pokemon that have Sturdy as a passive, and this is for a two-pronged reason. The first is that fighting moves are super effective against rock-type Pokemon, and the second is that Sturdy as a passive will allow you to survive one hit as long as you were at full health when you took it that would have killed you. The thing about Double Kick, though, is because it's a two-pronged hit, it just ignores Sturdy outright. It'll just faint the Pokemon. And now why that secret is not a secret is because everybody knows that. I mean, everybody well-versed in the games, and for those of you who don't know, I feel like you're about to get an educational experience on the matter because Nemona is standing outside the Pokemon Center, which tells me, from experience with these kind of games, that we're about to get a tutorial on how it works. Alexander, over here. Always, anytime, Nemona. I am on board for pretty much anything. Your energy is like something that is worth matching. This here's a Pokemon Center. You don't say. You can come here and take care of a lot of things related to your Pokemon, like... But I'll leave the explanation to the pros here. Why? You could quite literally just tell me what the building does, but sure. Happy to be of service and welcome to the Pokemon Center. Thank you, Nurse Joy. I am here to keep everyone's Pokemon healthy. I would hope that that's your job. Here on the left is the Pokemart counter. You can buy things like Pokeballs and potions. So what's interesting about this is that usually as you progress through the game, this particular store gets better over time. Every version of the game that has progressed through all of the, I guess you could say, generations of the games, right? They've all been a little bit different in terms of like how it changes, but the Pokemart will always change as you progress. Hello, we accept payments in both cash and in LP League points, that is. 1 LP is worth 1 Pokédollar. I like that it's a one-to-one transaction. And this to my right is a technical machine, a TM machine for short. It's your ticket to making TMs, which you can use to teach moves to your Pokemon. Fascinating. You need LP and supply materials to make the TM, which makes sense. LP comes in handy both at these machines and at stores. I've got a lot. Here, have some. God, she is so damn helpful, and it's really nice, you know, to just, like, have an NPC who's helpful but not, like, annoyingly weak. Oh yeah, and some of these, too. You received lots of Pokemon materials from Nemona. What classifies as lots? And at the Union Circle, you can connect with other trainers to find yourself some adventuring companions. That might be a thing later. We'll see. Come visit us at the Pokemon Center anytime you need help. Of course. We will, thanks. I would freaking hope so. It is free full heal. Had a rough adventure? Get to the Pokemon Center. Is that really the slogan? Sometimes you have to know this sort of stuff for quizzes at school, but mnemonics help out. Here's another one. Are you ready? Then let's go. Goofy for sure, but it helps you remember that you can send your lead Pokemon out with the R button. I'm just surprised you know the word mnemonics. That way you can have the Pokemon that's walking with you go pick up items laying around or go battle on its own or other stuff like that. So that's what I did with Chompy earlier on accident when I threw him at like the ground noodle. Pressing the R button is a quick and easy way to tell your lead Pokemon, alright buddy, let's go. Which is a reference to the games Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee that are also on the Switch, and I will play through them if anybody really wants me to. Once you give the go-ahead, your Pokemon will set out on its own to battle nearby Pokemon or pick up items it finds in the area. When your Pokemon is low on energy, which happens when its HP is low, it won't be able to go exploring on its own. So if your Pokemon gets weak, try to heal it up with a potion or some other item. When your Pokemon starts a battle while exploring on its own, you won't need to give any orders. It can battle on its own with auto battles, meaning you can keep searching the area for new discoveries while watching over it from nearby. Auto battles will be decided by the strength and type of the Pokemon taking part in the battle, so keep in mind when you're choosing which of your Pokemon to send out on its own. Full disclosure, I do not use this feature, primarily because I enjoy actively participating in the Pokemon battle, even if it takes extra amounts of my time to do so. I value it as an experience with me and my partner. You know, it's me and my Pokemon taking part in whatever's being done, right? Building trust. Alright, so now that that's done, it says head to Mesagoza, which is exactly what we are going to do, because I am excited to explore the city with you guys. But first, we should probably use the Pokemon Center, right? And while we're here, I might as well just show you guys the Pokemart and the TM shop as well, like kind of what's available this early, because frankly, I don't remember. We do have 2 water types, which we will eventually switch out for different Pokemon. It's just kind of good to have a couple strong Pokemon just ready to go. Fuecoco and the rest of your team should be all better now. Oh, by the way, did you know... There you go. The Pokemon Centers do this throughout the whole game. In this game, where they give you, like, little PSA announcements. When you don't know where to go next, you can ask for help at any Pokemon Center. The staff there can give you tips about where you might want to try. Plus, they'll register their suggested destinations on your Rotom phone for you. That's handy. Or did you already know that? Well, I do hope my little tidbits come in handy. They always do, Nurse Joy. Come back and see us again whenever you need. I plan on it. What's up, Pokemart guy? What you got for me? Welcome to the Pokemart. Can I help you with something? Abso-freaking-lutely. What you got, buddy? Potion, Pokeball, Antidote, Burn Heal, Ice Heal, Awakening, Paralyze Heal, Revive, and a Pokédoll. I'm gonna cover what I call noob trap items. These are items that I will strongly advise against purchasing because I just don't see any freaking reason to have them. This is a doll that attracts the Pokemon's attention. It guarantees any escape from any battle with a wild Pokemon. My personal advice? just freaking heal your Pokemon at a Pokemon Center or with your healing items. This item should never be necessary as long as you're being responsible. And why run when you could just catch it, right? Add another friend to the party. Alright, what else can I do for you? I'm good, thanks buddy. Do come again. Okay, and let's check this nonsense out. This is a technical machine. I guess the name makes sense, but it's weird that it just grammar's out that way. It's just so weird. What service are you in need of today, trainer? I want a TM made. What do we got going on here? Making TMs. To make TMs, you'll need to gather up materials from Pokemon and earn League Points or LP to... the range of TMs you can make will expand as you pick up new TMs or receive them from others during your adventure. I do promise I am working on the narrating. It is not something I am used to doing, but it is getting better as we go. Practice makes perfect. Let's see, we got Protect, we got Mud Slap, we got Charm, Fire Fang. Okay, so we don't have the materials for that, but the fact that that's just available off rip is kind of nuts. Thunder Fang, Ice Fang, Psybeam, Struggle Bug, Low Kick, Disarming Voice, Metal Claw, it's metal, Swift, Helping Hand, Psychic, oh, my bad, Rest, it is a Psychic type move. See, my brain just does that sometimes, and I apologize. Air Cutter? Okay, that's cool. Alright, well, we'll come back to this later when we, need it. And, those materials appear to be obtained by battling specific Pokemon and either catching them or defeating them in battle, one of the two. It does not matter which happens, as long as you achieve one of those two outcomes, you will receive materials. Look, an item. Antidote. Let's see here. Hey, another Pokemon trainer. So, I'm just gonna strongly advise here and now that you take any and all battles that you are presented with, as this will result in you acquiring the experience the game intends for you to acquire, and if you want more, just, go mess up some wild Pokemon. Like, you literally have an entire open world of nature around you to just use for XP or catching them or whatever, man? Just interact with the world. It's probably for the best. What's going on here? Perfect timing. You wanted to challenge me to a Pokemon battle, right? Yeah, I did. Alright. Let's get at it. You are challenged by Carlota, the student. Carlota the student sent out Bounsweet. This is over. I'm sorry, Bounsweet, but you are a grass type, which makes you highly susceptible to fire. And Chompy is kind of a unit. Good job, Chompy. Bounsweet fainted. Of course it did. For anybody who's wondering, grass and bug type Pokemon are probably my least favorite typings. Yeah, you got smacked down alright. Because they're just, typing-wise, they're just weak to a bunch of stuff, right? Flying is probably my third least favorite typing. And it's because it's rare that that typing being tacked onto anything else is, a good thing. Right? Because flying is weak to rock, ice, and electric. So, it just being added to stuff is just, really bad. Fire flying types are 4 times weak to rock moves, and the reason why that's a bad thing is because there is a static move you can put on the board, which means once you've put it there, it's just kind of there. It's a hazard, right? The community calls them hazards, and they are things like Stealth Rocks, right? And what Stealth Rocks does is it causes your Pokemon to take damage for switching in. And flying Pokemon take, I believe it's double damage from this, and fire Pokemon take double damage from this. So fire flying takes 4 times damage from it. It is really intense. What's going on, buddy? I've got 2! Jeez, he's so, excited about it. It's his master plan. I've got 2 whole Pokemon. Am I cool or what? Yeah, man, you're the bee's knees. Alright, show me these Pokemon. I want to see them. They better be good. Pere? I think that's his name. I might be wrong. Sent out Azurill. Okay, so do not be fooled. That little thing, if I remember correctly, is normal type. I know that it looks like a water type Pokemon, and it's meant to fool you. Chompy, assault him with fire. Get him, Chompy. And it's a baby Pokemon, so it's just not very tanky. My advice with baby Pokemon is that if you want to raise like one, like with friendship or whatever to evolve it, just give it a Soothe Bell and leave it in the party. Everybody gains passive experience for killing shit anyway. About to send out Houndour. I will switch my Pokemon. Thank you very much. You know Water Gun, so you're doing it, bud. Chompy, switch out and come back. Now, we're seeing another example of why it is valuable to have different typings, right? Because I'm able to have what it's weak to. And this will, if you prepare correctly, give you the edge in most battles. But you do want to be able to operate and function on the fly, right? You want to be able to kind of be flexible in combat. This is why I advise against any one of your particular Pokemon being stronger than all of the others. Because what happens here is like, what if that runs into something that can not only tank a hit from it, but also kill it in the same turn? You just kind of lose, right? So I strongly advise your party being pretty well balanced overall. Yeah, your 2 Pokemon got kind of clobbered there, little guy. Sorry. When you battle, the Pokemon at the top of your team gets sent out first. Every Pokemon's trainer's gotta know that. Well, yeah, but like, it seems kind of like self-evident. It's kind of weird that that's a dialogue line for you, but thanks for the info, buddy. This goes up and over, so we are gonna go up here and look around. And we're gonna try to be quick about it because we are getting close to the end of the episode. And I want to make sure we get everything that we can get done. Hiking's real simple. Alright. I agree with you. I'll tell you all you need to know about hiking. Rule 1, work those legs. Yeah, never skip leg day. Rule 2, work those legs. Rule 1 and 2 probably shouldn't be the same thing. But let's do it anyway. Hiker Lucia. Alright, I like your name, Lucia. Also got a real outdoorsy style to you. I like your design. Oh. Okay, so its name is Roly-Coly, so I'm going to assume that it is a fire and or rock type, or both. So we are going to switch to Steve. God, Steve is just coming in handy, coming in clutch. Go, Steve. Ruin his entire career. The opposing Roly-Coly used Tackle. Battle. Steve used Water Gun and likely KOs the Roly-Coly. Oh, close. Hit him pretty hard. Tackle, alright. I like how, like, Steve is pretty tanky for only being, like, a level 8 Pokemon, I would like to note. And you're gonna hear me use the words tank and sweeper a lot, and what that means is a tank Pokemon is just that. It's a tank. It's designed to take hits. A sweeper Pokemon is also what I called Blaziken in the earlier discussion. He's a glass cannon, right? He's a sweeper. His whole point, as his name implies, is to kill Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon. Like, his job is to KO enough Pokemon that make up for him eventually and inevitably fainting. Right? So, like, let's say you have a sweeper who kills 3 opposing Pokemon and then finally dies. The 3rd and 4th rules are work those legs, kiddo. Jeez. You need better rules, lady. Anyway, back to my point. If the sweeper KOs more than 1 Pokemon, it has already netted positive value, or it trades even, technically speaking. If it kills at least 2 Pokemon before fainting, it has netted positive value, right? You lost 1 Pokemon for 2. If it kills more than that, it is more than done its job. I have watched a good sweeper straight up clean out a party. However, I will advise to be careful against people like me. because I noticed that people really liked to do this thing where they had like a party full of glass cannons. And what I would do is I would just raise 6 very tanky Pokemon and make it impossible for you to sweep through all of them. Been having some nice battles? Yeah. Have indeed. Hello there, I'm a Pokemon League rep. Yeah, we've been having some nice battles, buddy. Well, good news, if you could defeat 4 trainers here in Area 1 South Province, there's a lovely prize with your name on it. And so far, you've defeated, yes, I have fooled 6 total trainers. No, defeated 6 total trainers in the Area 1 South Province. On behalf of the Pokemon League, here's your lovely prize, Thunderwave. We're holding this challenge from other areas around Paldea too. Stop by and try them. Gladly. Alright, so we are gonna heal at this Pokemon Center. Like to heal my Pokemon? Then we'll take your Pokemon for a few seconds. Fuecoco and the rest of your team should be all better now. Oh, by the way, did you know? There are all kinds of handy functions registered in your directional buttons. Check them out. Up is to use emotes, down is the camera app, left as I figured out by looking it up because I wanted to know quicker, change outfit or look, and right is to check notices. Or did you know that already? I do hope my little tidbits come in handy. Thank you, Nurse Joy. That is incredibly helpful. Come back and see us whenever you need. We plan on it. Alright, everybody. So, we have reached the end of this episode. We're going to save right here. And, next on the chopping block is when we get back, we're going to take a quick look around the area for any other Pokemon we might want. And then we're going to head into town, alright? Please like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that notification bell if you liked what you saw here. Alexander, signing out.